declare Marguerite dead. Not Phaleth the character, Marguerite. I think she's dead.
Yeah, Phaleth is still alive in our hearts.
The funeral is.
The best
Funeral
part is
is
I have
tomorrow.
everything about this recorded.
Okay. Well, let the record show that I declared. The time is 15:13, 10th of December, time of death. Yeah.
That's the brilliant
Call it.
thing. The start of a whole video series. Oh yeah, one of our players died. That's the very
Yes.
start of it.
Not the character, the player. Understand? Understand that I'm not in. This isn't in the game. This is the person. She's dead.
Oh god.
Alright.
Well, I can start if I just double check a couple of things.
Yay!
Yay!
Oh my god.
Can people
Okay,
hear me?
cancel that. Cancel
Yeah.
that death. Mistakes were made. She's fine.
Marguerite did not die.
I blame Josh.
It's Josh's fault.
Yeah.
Always the DM's fault, isn't it?
He sent
Oh,
us that
the-
fake death certificate and
Hmm.
I'm surprised you.
tricked us.
I made it so quick as well. Well, I didn't
Yeah.
really. I have all of your death certificates already in a secret folder.
Oh, right, okay. That's weird. How are you, Marguerite?
Is it working? Can people hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, cool.
Yeah, we can.
Great. My internet just stopped working for 15 minutes, so
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah!
It happens.
I hope
Jump
it's not
flight?
it's not an omen.
Why is there gem flight on King's? Oh,
Hmm?
curious.
On what now?
I don't know what that is.
Why is there a gem flight in, like, in chat?
Oh yeah, you're not
Because the
supposed to see
gems can
that.
fly.
Yeah, we're not supposed to look
Oh,
up
rip.
in the chat when someone's
yeah.
putting down dots to hide the chat.
Okay, cool.
Rubisco. Clueless.
That's sort of like saying spoilers above, don't look.
Oh, rip.
Well-
Rubisco is the type of fella to stroll into a behind a locked door and be like, huh, what's all this stuff doing back here? Hey guys, look at this.
Personnel only. Oh, is this not the toilet?
So,
Hey,
what
you-
is this
you guys
white
read this
elephant
top-secret
doing here
document?
in the middle of the room? Anyway.
So I will start. So what happened last session was you all got sucked into the ethereal plane. Well, that was 2 sessions ago now, I guess. You all went to this weird neon city. You met the madam. There were some interesting scenarios involving the madam. You, several of you almost died. Then you all went back and had a nice conversation in a cozy inn.
Yeah.
That's what it did.
Basically, there was a bit more to it. Like, Phaleth contacted her sister, and a few other things happened. But that is more for you guys to talk about than me to re-say. And also, Beric isn't currently with any of you in the inn because Beric is currently at Transylvania, which is where the madam
I
is.
am getting made up because I asked for help to
Yes.
Wow.
have an outfit and a drag. Well, I didn't know.
Eric's becoming a man.
Alright.
But there we go. So, and also, Phaleth did drop several bombshells about the visions she had in the past.
Oh yeah.
He did?
Yeah,
Did.
if she doesn't quite understand what it all means.
Okay. Do you want to give a quick recap?
I also completely forgot.
Look at the bright side. We'll have it recorded in the very first episode.
Yeah. So you only have to explain it once.
Yeah, you've got to go through that whole text you posted in Discord. You actually have to say it now.
No, you don't have
I
to reread the text. I thought this was at
There's
the end of the
text?
episode.
Yeah. She posted like the whole vision she had in Discord to
Oh, really?
save a bit of explanation.
I'll repost.
Yeah.
Well, it's not pinned.
So let me just go through it again. Just one.
Oh, here.
Go ahead.
Hmm?
So I found myself in a. I found myself in the skin of a. Is the skin of an undead. It was walking around. It came to a large room with a white and lilac lights and the sound of a storm. And there was a big black globe. And that seemed to be where the light was coming from. And I think the storm came from the globe. That's where it seemed to be. It seemed to be contained within the globe. And a figure that looked like a desiccated corpse formed from dust in a flash of light from the globe. And everyone around seemed to kneel in front of the figure. They threatened to curse them, to kill them in a horrible way. That they took they took my robes. And one of the followers told him, "So you died. That's unusual for you. So how are you going to tell His Highness that you failed?" After a while, the undead that I was in went into another room with a very fancy door, and there was a large marble chair, kind of looked like a throne, and in that chair sat a figure with a black feather robe, gold pauldrons, a large gold crown, and that's the picture that I posted. And ruby eyes.
And if I'm not mistaken, Faith, then we were worried that your sister might have been occupying the soul of this undead that you were looking through, and then you freaked the fuck out. Is that correct?
I don't believe that's true. I don't believe that's true.
Ah, yeah, this is the freaking out part that I was talking about. Probably shouldn't have brought it up. Oh well, everything's fine.
I just talked to her, and she answered, and I think she's here.
Right now, with you.
Well, let's go find her then.
I need to take a rest if I want to contact her again.
That's what we're doing. We're all taking a long rest right here. In this very fancy
I'm asleep right now.
Wait, Gad is sleep talking? That is.
Yep.
Who said that?
It's very impressive. And highly disturbing.
I read that. I read that you can have conversations with people who are sleep talking, and they have to tell the truth. They won't lie to you. You try and talk to them in their sleep. But anyway, super relevant.
Yep.
Sleep talking?
What?
So, before we get off topic anymore, I can tell, Eric, you now know where your mark is, as you have the rainbow mark on you somewhere. You know that
where?
it is on your right butt cheek.
Woo! Wonder how that got found.
Uh-huh.
Woo!
The man
Okay.
found it.
So as you are all waking up the next morning, of course, apart from Beric, who's currently getting dolled up. What do you all wish to do? Beric, you'll be there for about another 30 minutes before you'll be let to leave.
Can I do something while I am here? In
You
Transylvania?
can talk, but it's more you're right now being given all your clothing and makeup.
Okay,
So-
but like, could I do a thing? Like, could I do the divination thing during?
Yeah,
Okay. I will cast divination. It's a ritual spell. So, I believe the whole Phaleth thing.
Yep.
The whole
You
prophecy happened. I was there. Like, it was in their presence.
Mhm.
Like, you know. So I am going to cast divination, and I'm going to ask a thing. Wait, hold on. Let me just adjust something first. So I believe my question was, how can we find Phaleth's sister?
and the response you will get is material, ethereal, two halves of one. The one you seek is in two places, but in the same location.
In
There you
two places, but the same location.
The one you seek is in two places but the same location. Cool.
Okay?
That's gotta be. It's like in the one part is in the ethereal plane, one part is in the material plane, but in the same exact spot. In each.
That's quite clever, Gad.
Well, you
So-
haven't
Thank you.
listened to this yet, but like, you know, as soon as I get to you, I'll tell this.
Which there'll be a whole separate thing for that first, but Levin, what were you about to say?
Gad, I seem to have perhaps drunken too much of that fine rainbow liquid yesterday. Tasted the rainbow.
Tasty.
Are we? Yes, this is a charming place. Are we above the nightclub, perchance?
I
have-
think
My
not.
memory is lacking.
I mean, you're the one that found this place, Levin, so really you'd be the one to know. But if you're in a drunken stupor, I guess it's a mystery. All I know is that we had to run away from the Pergimundus fellows, and we ended up here. I
So
don't
there's
think
no
we're
bar.
the tail of the dog, I believe, as they say. No, but we can sure find one if you'd like.
That's not
You
that
are-
important.
You are on the third story of a building. The bottom story is basically what you expect from a normal tavern, so it's an eating area and bar.
Alright, thank you.
For some reason, I feel like there's a bar 2 stories down, Levin. We could go there.
Yes, let me just get dressed.
Oh yes,
walks
you're
into his
fully
room.
naked right now.
Nice in morning robes.
He spent that money on them robes, believe me.
Okay. Sure.
They are very good quality robes.
Okay, let's go! Woo!
Yep, so where are you all going?
Going down
To the breakfast bar, I guess.
Okay, you're all going to just have breakfast. So, you're all having quite a nice breakfast. It's both a continental breakfast. So, fruit, cereal, breads, all sorts. There's also
I'd like
ale with it, or
Scrambled eggs, omelette, and cognac in that order. Please.
I
That's
should
what
get
I
in the
want.
pair.
And
Need to
that.
quit.
Yep, that's what I want for my breakfast. The breakfast
So-
of kings.
they will bring it right
What?
to you.
What's my breakfast?
In the mean,
Gad is a
Sir,
man of taste.
as you're all enjoying your breakfasts and drinks, in comes a person that seems somewhat familiar, but looks quite a lot like a woman. but for some reason feels familiar and has a familiar weapon.
Oh, I'm dressed in like this sort of like baggy tinsel fringe. I don't know if that's like because like
So
I have to think that there'd be like all the armor underneath. So the only thing that would work as like a dress would be like as a drag queen would be like
So you're
Yeah.
wearing a literal drag queen dress.
Yeah, I think I get it. It's like hanging off the top of your armor,
yeah.
but you still got like
Very
the
bulky.
bulky like armor frame,
Oh yeah,
and then
clank,
you just got a load
clank,
of stuff
clank.
The
hanging
weirdest
off.
thing is the smolder coming out of it. It looks like it's a bit on fire.
I
It's a flaming
say,
queen, I guess.
Oh, that's gotta be spectacular looking then. Like
good
yeah,
lady, have we met before? You look strangely familiar.
it's me.
What?
I thought we were. I fully thought we were disguising ourselves. And
Oh,
I kind of got.
Eric! I couldn't see you under there, under all that tinsel. What's this? You've gone for a new style.
Yeah, I thought we were.
No, I think it is a very good idea. We should probably all disguise ourselves.
So
Oh,
take the breakfast up to the room and then do whatever Beric did.
Yeah,
But wait,
I have.
if I put
Liam,
down
can I
my
use my
helmet
disguise?
visor,
Yeah. Can I use my disguise kit on other people?
Yes, you can. But
Okay.
remember, it is mostly makeup and
Yeah.
some small pieces of clothing, so getting a full tinsel dress that would fit over someone's armor and only look somewhat odd isn't possible with a disguise kit. You would need extra things.
Yeah,
that's
and I probably
how-
couldn't make that look smaller.
I would tell. I would tell everyone about the divination spell that I did.
So,
You in two locations. See, that proves that she's not dead. If she's on the material plane and the ethereal plane, then she's still alive.
She might be here.
I
This
think
is the
she
only
is.
place that we know that has both, a material half and an ethereal half in the same place. Failith, since we are going to be, I think our closest lead to make sense of our whole being grounded here in the ethereal plane would be to look for your sister. Is there any way you could show us an image of your sister and her name so that we can all, if we have ways to find her based on that.
I mean, I could use a major image to show you exactly what she looked like when she was 15, which is the last time I saw her. I could try to draw her, if that's so I don't waste a spell, but I don't know. Can I try to draw her as accurately as I can?
Yeah, you can. You can either use dexterity or intelligence, I would say.
Okay.
It's the idea of either hand-eye coordination, or from using your memory to adjust it. So
Yeah, dexterity is gonna be slightly better. So it's just a
Can I,
trait dexterity check.
guidance you?
yeah, you can guidance her if you want.
F.
with
Yeah,
guidance.
with
Oh.
the-
Whoops.
Yeah, you
I
do
didn't
have
need to use
guidance.
advantage. So I should.
I think you haven't-
I'm just gonna use a major image.
Well, you
your
got
sister is a scribble on a page. I'm terribly sorry, Phaleth.
Not major image, silent image. Sorry.
Oh, okay.
So you just kind of make a bust. So you just make the upper half of her head and shoulders.
Silent
Yeah.
image is pretty
As she was the last time I saw her, so that was 4 years ago.
So yeah, it's you can see this clearly is a quite young tiefling, reddish skin, and definitely had resemblance to Phalith before she made the pact with darkness.
And what was her
don't
name
have-
again?
To me, she's Aya, but they call her Fidelity.
Aya and Fidelity. Okie dokie.
But there you go.
I also, I think the moment I woke up, but I didn't realize at first that we already had the long rest, but the moment I woke up, I would have tried sending again, and I would have said, "Where are you exactly? I'm coming for you."
That won't be able to get a reply though, sadly.
Okay. I thought so, but I had to try. So she's not free. She's not free to use her mind as she wants, but she still has a little bit of control over herself. She was able to answer me a few times. I don't know what they're doing to her exactly, but
Well, sounds like she's stuck somewhere, and we've got to go get her.
Would
Yeah.
you happen
Couldn't be
to
too
know
hard.
if there is, if she keeps something with her that she keeps at all times around her, like some sort of pendant or necklace or whatever jewelry that's very important to her, something that she would never take off or something, as a way to locate her.
I don't think they would have let her keep any personal possessions, unfortunately.
Okay.
So, what do you all intend to do?
This guy self look as a younger version of Madam from yesterday.
Wow. Bold.
Like a young.
A younger and let's say a bit shorter as well, like the Madam's little brother, let's say.
Cool.
Nice.
King.
Just in
yeah.
case, have we seen any other Goliaths around or any other really tall people?
No.
No.
Perfect.
Why, hello there, friends. You ready
I
for
say.
the day?
Does Levin add the signature stag head on his
Yeah,
disguise?
there's a silver inlaid, let's say, tattoo of a stag
Oh.
on the forehead.
Why, hello, someone who's definitely not Levin. However did you manage to get into our rooms?
I was invited here yesterday. We shared a bed. Don't you remember?
What? No, I don't. He's like looking down and doubting himself. What happened last night? My word. Can Gad resummon his good horse friend Dante?
And when you go
Hotel room?
outside. Yeah, you're in the hotel room right now.
Nah, just summon in the hotel.
So,
He'll make
what
it
shall you others appear as? If we are to undertake this masquerade.
Aeolus, I require your assistance. Time for a makeover.
Yeah, what do you want to look like, King?
I'll trust you.
Okay, I'm gonna, are there any dwarves in this place? Probably not, right?
There's a few. You haven't seen many,
A few?
but there is a few. Yes.
Okay. And King doesn't look like too old to be there, right? Because you said children and older people can't be there.
He's about middle-aged, I believe, so he should be fine.
He should be fine. Okay. So there's nothing completely incongruous about the way you look now. So it's just about I'm gonna dye his hair to make it red. Give him, I don't know, like a cool hat and and a scarf. I don't know. I hadn't thought about. Yeah, just make him look Irish, I guess.
Okay.
Wow, Irish king.
And then I'll just do something to hide my horns. They curl back, so I can have sort of a really thick hair band that kind of hides them. And my skin tone is already different. So, and they haven't seen me, so I don't have to do that much. And then does anyone have any ideas of what to do about Gad? Because that's the part that I'm stumped about.
Oh, don't worry about me, fella. I'm a master of deception, as you well know. Like, look at this fella over here. He's not 11. Why would anyone think that?
You can call me mistress. There.
He's not mistress. I mean, Levin. He's Levin, who's mistress. See? A master of subterfuge.
Right.
I guess this he was in full armor when he was captured yesterday, right?
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, you should probably leave your armor behind.
Bayless, what are you trying to do? I need this to
No.
protect myself.
He was in
No,
full
it's
armor, but
true.
remember, he was changed to look topless and only had gold pants on.
Oh, that's true. Okay, that's
Oh
fine.
yes, I forgot about that. Well, last night was wild.
Okay.
So,
So I think that's the best we can do, right?
Wait, why was he made to look like he was topless?
because he didn't want to take his armor off.
Because it was funny in the moment.
Yeah.
Yes. It was a
I
great
forgot
goof.
about this.
Ah, it's okay. It was a wild night. Everyone forgot what happened. But don't worry, Phaleth. Look here. And he flaps down the front faceplate of his helmet. Now they won't see me at all. They won't know who I am.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Now I'm going to get on my 10-foot tall horse outside and ride around everywhere.
Okay.
They haven't seen Dante, right?
No one's seen Dante yet. He died immediately last time.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes.
So you need to roll a disguise kit, which you can either
Yes.
use dexterity, intelligence, or wisdom,
Um.
or charisma, because you can use deception. So
Oh, perfect. Yeah, charisma is gonna be much better.
basically, you can't use constitution. That's it.
And I have proficiency. How much does that add for me? I forget. Oops, I didn't mean to have advantage. Sorry.
+3 for proficiency.
Oh,
Remember, 'cause of
that's
the level.
just
So-
a 14.
14?
Not bad
guidance.
disguise.
Is it?
You can see when
Did I roll for
go.
both me and King?
We can use them both, yeah, but the first one will be King.
In that case,
Plus guidance.
yep.
King guided for himself. It's like, yeah, I want this to good. So it'll be an 18 in total. It makes sense. It does.
Yeah.
So an 18, it does disguise King. He still looks very much like a dwarf. He looks a bit younger.
Yeah.
What's
And
his
he does.
disguise?
It's basically bright red hair, and he looks a bit like a Joker in hairstyles.
Oh my
So,
god.
like, And then Phaleth, you
That's why
know how to
King's
put
act
makeup
so crazy.
and disguise yourself better than you do know how to disguise a dwarf.
Yeah, I haven't had to
Layer
do it on other people before.
Yeah, so it's the learning curve. But you're all disguised. Where do you wish to go, though?
Wait, what about Pronghorn?
Yeah.
True, I forgot about Pronghorn.
Oops.
What do you
Uh,
want to be disguised as? Sorry, Pronghorn.
Wow.
It's because
Was he captured yesterday?
Yes.
Yeah, he was right
Wrong
next
one.
to Gan.
What is Pronghorn?
Well, Pronghorn takes off his
Oh yeah, he did.
Pronghorn skull and then unscrews the horns on the top of his head so he can take his cowboy hat off. And he's like, if I like this, I won't be able to talk very well, but I think I know it's me. And it's kind of
Horrifying.
it's kind of grisly because it's like half of the front, like maybe inch of his face is like missing.
Is it like Terminator?
Or it's like something came like and like something crudely like sheared like the front half of his face. Like if you stuck your face in a propeller of a plane and then went shink.
Yes.
Only. So
Well, I hate this.
Really? Give me that stick. I'm gonna just.
and
How about-
the other thing else he's wearing is a poncho because he's a warforged. So
Yeah.
Yeah, it makes sense.
Yeah.
really, he should be easy. Just throw
Just don't
a
look
cloak,
like
throw a cloak over him, and then
Mm.
bam.
yeah,
He's
that
solid.
seems like our best bet.
I will say he will have disadvantage on charisma checks related to talking to people. He will have
And-
advantage on intimidation.
Oh. Yeah. That
Great.
makes sense.
Where's my face? Give me yours.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Turning into a played one. Oh god. So, where do you wish to go now that you're all disguised and horrified?
Is it possible to go see if there's like a center of the city?
Why don't we
Yes. there
split
is.
up and look for
I
clues?
think it might be a bit conspicuous if you all move together.
I
This
feel
doesn't
like
look real.
No.
just as
Let's not
as
go.
soon as we know like a general small area where it's possible that your sister will be there, I may have something that will help locate her.
Do? What is that?
Locate creature.
Oh. Yeah. Okay, so we just need to narrow it down. Talking to the clergy didn't seem like such a great bet. I'm a little stumped right now. I guess maybe we
Do
keep
we-
exploring and see.
Yeah, do we see like, the city is not infinite, right? So like it's this bounded thing. So I feel like if you go to the center, look for like any particularly conspicuous buildings where there are
One
many
moment.
cloaked people. Then that should be a good bet, right?
Also,
Right, just give
yesterday I couldn't
Remember,
find
I
a
have to read
tiefling that was there for longer than just a couple years. I needed to find someone who wasn't a member of the clergy, but who had been there since the beginning of this place. I mean, since it got open to Pergamondus members, and who wouldn't immediately capture and torture us. So I guess just walk around and try to find someone like that.
Well, I'd say they didn't torture us yesterday. They were just asking us questions.
Yeah, I
Which
think
we
that might have
replied
been the
with.
next step.
Which could
Oh.
be torture to some people.
Well, I suppose so, my horrifying robot friend. But not
Yeah, I
to
guess-
me.
I guess talking would be torture to you, wouldn't it?
I think it would be torture to the other person that has to listen. But
So
If I remove
I don't
that
want
down,
to DM.
would it hurt?
I don't know if anybody wants to come, but I feel like the most likeliest way that to get success would be to go and find somewhere in the middle of the city or somewhere where there are a lot of tall buildings where a lot of those people with the colored cloaks gather.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I'd like to come with you if that's okay.
I mean, we should all go, right?
Yeah. I just felt like maybe we should approach it from different angles. so we're not walking together in a big group.
I think
Yeah,
you're
free.
You're overthinking this. Let's just go together.
Yes.
I mean, we can sort of like
Conspicuous
split up,
squad.
but if we do, like, you know, when I cast a spell, it only lasts for a short time, so we would have to like go and find the person soon after, because it only lasts. Oh, it's instant. Nope, that's divination. Let me just like pull up the spell card for the thing.
Actually, I think I might go back to the club because now it's daytime, and I'm thinking there might be some different people there than the people who would come at night. So I might try my luck there again just to see.
Okay.
And then head over for the tallest building I can see.
Well, why don't we split up and look for clues?
Yeah. And I could
Okay,
leave
who's going
Veracity
team
with
club?
someone so I can when I get within 100 feet of someone I can find them.
Alright.
Sweet.
Is Josh? Just
he
not
left for a
here.
second.
Josh is dead. Sorry to break this to you.
Nice.
I am the captain now.
Yes.
Time of death.
Look at me.
No, he's
I am the captain now.
okay. He's back. Cancel that time of death. I blame Alexander.
You blame me.
Which one to-
Dibs Team Club.
There's a reason why
Alright,
I
I don't-
for a minute.
Don't everyone join at once.
Just checking something.
Look on the bright side. With the first episode with so many problems, we can only go up from here.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm so glad the first episode started with me awkwardly trying to recap something I was reading on the fly.
Actually, it started with, you know, David announcing your death. But
Oh,
Yeah.
okay, yeah,
Don't worry,
Yeah,
I've got you covered.
that's better.
I'm team wandering around.
You're gonna talk like that the whole time, Pronghorn.
Move
I don't
back.
have my face. It's the skull have a jaw on
Yeah.
it.
Yes, I suppose so.
Oh yes, he did
Okay.
take half his face off, so.
Alright. Well, I'm Team Club. Me and Dante will go to there.
I do the thing. Lol.
The thing.
I'm gonna go and see, like, you know, geographically where the center of the city would be. And then, like, you know, find, like, you know, a likely, like, you know, what here is like a tall, official looking building with a lot of cloaked people with colored cloaks of Bergimundus hanging around there. So I'm gonna look for that.
So do me a survival check then, please, to try to figure out where about the center of the city is.
I ask for guidance.
guidance.
I mean, I say I ask, but well, I'll do it, man.
It's a concentration spell.
Fuck me. 9.
Yeah, it's somewhere over there. You just kind of one direction. It's like, yeah, there's somewhere over there, I think. It will take you about an hour to find the center of the city.
Okay.
Okay,
Yes.
so
Okay.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm also great survival. Maybe I should have done that.
you can do it with him at the same time. I will let you if you're with him going
Alright.
to the center.
Okay, I
Yes,
don't know what
that's what
everyone
he-
else wants to do, but I think I want to split up the group. So I'm gonna go first back to the club first, just to see if there's a different crowd there that would come in the daytime, and try to meet people there. So if someone wants to come with me, that's fine, and I'm gonna leave Veracity with whoever's going to look for the center of the city.
Faith, pick me.
We're not just
Pick
like
me.
looking for the center of the city. We're looking for like a big building, like
Yeah.
that looks like
Big
it's
evil
like
building,
the
yeah.
mega
Yeah.
church.
That so I know you're looking for that. So when I head towards the tallest building, yeah, Gad, you can come with me if you want.
Yay!
I'm glad to have a reason to not take you where you might where clergy members would see a big Goliath walking around. That seems like a good idea to me.
What would be wrong with that, Faith? I'm just a big guy.
There's nothing wrong with that. I'm glad you're coming with me. Does anyone else want to come? Otherwise, I'm just gonna leave Veracity with everyone else.
King is going.
Gadwin
Going with,
summons his enormous 10-foot warhorse with blazing red hair around the hooves. Okay, now let's be very inconspicuous. Onwards, Dante! Yeah!
Lemon, where are you going?
I will go with the rest of you. For
So
Gad
Beric,
to look as he does, I need to stay close to him.
Okay.
Beric and Pronghorn. So Beric immediately starts heading off in one direction. Pronghorn goes, no, not that way. It's this way.
Yeah. I realign him to the right direction, and then like,
Cool.
He's too distracted by his new tinsel. Pronghorn gets you there in about 10 minutes to the center of the city. That's how badly Beric messed up his direction.
Do we find anything that looks like the likely place?
In this, the weirdest thing about this city that you figure out as soon as you reach the center of the city is the city is split into 7 separate sections. And the central crossroad is completely that. It is a crossroad. The 7 sections don't exactly have names or anything, but they all have their own distinct atmosphere about them, from what you can tell. So, but from there you can't really see any in particularly tall buildings that seem sinister or surrounded by rainbow-colored people.
Can we scour the city for such a building?
You can,
Starting
if you wish. It will
from the
take quite a
center
while.
and going around and around.
You can if you wish.
Okay.
So, but in the meantime, I will go back to the bar of Transylvania.
okay, it's
Gillian,
pretty empty right now.
oh,
and
I
Beric and
get it
Pronghorn are moving
now.
away.
Oh, I get Transylvania, and there's drag queens. I just got that reference now. And I'm not even.
Just
And I'm
got
not.
the reference?
And I'm not even joking. I'm
Better
not
late
even
than
joking.
never.
Bruh, I played Rocky Horror music for like half an hour.
Yeah. The intro song was a Rocky Horror show about the transvestite. What?
What did you
Nope.
think was happening?
I have no. I don't know. It's morning here where I am, so I'm a
True.
little. I'm not a morning
Wow.
person, so I'm like all bleh.
Yeah.
Hmm.
You're
So-
used to throwing shit around the factory right now, so like it's...
Oh, and
thinking.
Beric is a cleric. Oh, I just got that too. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding about that one. I already did it.
I mean, that one I didn't notice until it was pointed out to me. So
All right. Anyway, continue.
So you four go back in. You can see that it's fairly it is empty right now. The club. You can still go in, and there is still some music going on, and you can see Madame working behind what seems to be a magical booth for playing music. I have
Okay.
Beric and Pronghorn still on the map just so they have some vision, so they don't just see a black screen.
okay.
Madam notices you and says, "Oh, hello, darling. How are you all been?"
Well, good for the most part. I was wondering if there were some, I guess, morning sin people around.
The what?
Well, I'm sure most of the sins that get purged around here are being committed in the evenings, but I was hoping there were some other vices that would happen at all hours of the day, so that I could see a different crowd than last night.
Yeah,
Am I-
it's like
was I wrong?
someone who would get up at 4 a.m. and order eggs and cognac, someone like that.
Oh, damn. Oh, they're most likely in one of the other districts.
Oh, are there other clubs like this one?
Yes, we the city is split into sections depending on the sin, darling. So, we're in, well, as you imagine, Lust.
Okay. So not that many morning lust people. I get it. I
Yeah,
know these
but-
things.
Lust, darling, tends to happen behind closed doors. Although there is some of us that like a show.
I definitely saw some lust happening not behind closed doors like last night.
Oh, darling, that was
Just
so
putting
tame.
that out there.
Levels
Well,
is
where would
concerned
you-
with people corrupting his precious little gad.
Yeah, that was a little Gad, are you learning things? Sorry, no, I'm getting distracted.
I'm learning
Where
some
would you
sweet dance
recommend-
moves right now.
Yeah, those are great. Where would you recommend I go to see some other vices?
Head in any direction.
Okay.
If you want. Although I would recommend, if you head east, you can have your fill of whatever you want. Although if you head west, you can fill your stomachs as well. To the excess. I do like a good filling though.
Okay. Can you
Got to try the
confirm
eclairs
that?
that you die for.
Oh, sorry. What was that?
Got to try the eclairs that you die for.
Hmm.
You got to love
Send
a
me to
cream
this
filling.
Claire person. I would like to meet
Well-
her.
Okay.
What?
Can you confirm that I'm not likely to see any high-ranking clergy members in those places? I mean, I don't want them spoiling my fun, I guess.
Honestly, my dear, they wander around. And some of them do look rather fetching, but most of them don't head into any of the buildings.
Okay.
They're just mostly watching the flock. They're very voyeuristic. But not in the fun way, sadly.
Right. Well, thank you. Gad, are you all good here? Or do you want to keep dancing some more?
Oh, it's alright, Faith. I can boogie anywhere, anytime. Let's
Perfect.
go.
Let's go.
Hmm.
Okay.
I guess
You're
I'm
all
heading to the Gluttony district. If I know where that is.
So, I will go back to our Intrepid Explorers in the middle of the city. You can head to one of 7 districts. They are numbered for our ease of understanding. The one you can recognize, or Beric and Pronghorn can recognize, is 3, which is Lust. So you can see to the left of Lust is Greed, to the right of Lust is Envy.
Okay.
So where do you two want to start?
Why don't we try greed?
Wait,
And,
to the left of lust is greed, and then to the right of lust is envy.
Yes.
But I thought,
Cause money
I
is
thought
the root.
Madam said that next to lust it is gluttony.
Oh, Gluttony is a bit further on. Greed is you can fill your wants. To fill your stomach was beyond Envy.
Okay.
So would it be like would it be directly after envy?
For Gluttony, yes.
Okay.
Why don't we try envy? Cause money is the root of all evil.
Wouldn't that be greed? Well, anyway, yeah. I mean,
Oh,
yeah.
sorry, I meant
if we have
greed.
to
I meant greed.
if we have to go through these places one by one, then we'll do it.
That
So
or
you-
wrath.
Wrath is 6, just beyond Gluttony.
Okay.
So, as you two enter Envy first, because the other group would still be talking and just about to leave, really.
No, I think we
yeah.
meant greed.
Yeah, greed. I meant greed.
Okay, you meant greed. So, greed, you can see everyone is immaculately dressed. Everyone looks like they have everything they ever want. But at the same time, they don't seem quite happy about it.
Exactly.
Probably because they haven't learnt the other side of it yet. You can see this place is split between two classes of people. The ones you see immediately are the very well dressed ones, the ones that seem to have everything. Then you can see the other side of it, where it seems to be people who have absolutely nothing apart from the clothes on their back, which most of the clothes on their back are rags.
Cool. So can we look for anything that's that looks like it has a lot of Pergamundus on it, like a building that has that?
Yeah, you can look around quite a lot. It's all still these neon kind of colours, neon city. It's all very brightly coloured. Oh, one moment, I'm going to sneeze. No, I'm not. Okay. Sorry about that. But most of it's hard to tell, just because there isn't a building going Pergamundus or brightly rainbow-coloured people, apart from fancily dressed clothing. These aren't just suits and stuff, they could be just the material made of them, or some of them are shifting colours like a rainbow effect. Some of them are wearing neon colours, but then clearly not the clergy. Do me a intelligence check, both of you, please.
What is this for? Sorry.
This is... You can use intelligence or wisdom. This is to put just a bit of an inkling for what you think Pergamundus is like here.
Okay. Wisdom. 13.
Wait, I thought you said intelligence.
You can use either.
Yeah.
Oh,
either.
then I thought you said only intelligence.
Sorry.
Well, should have kept that, but I got 4.
So, Byrick, you think, from what you can guess Pergamundus, the actual people that are here, like fully here like you yourselves, they don't seem to interact with what's here. They don't seem to delve into the aspects of each city.
Okay.
So it's just the inkling is that you feel like you wouldn't find them in any of these places interacting with what's happening there. They seem to be out of the loop with it.
So is it possible to look for any person with Pergamundus clothing and instead stalk them throughout the city until we find out where they hang out?
That will be a perception check from both of you to see if you can find them.
Okay, guide me.
Yeah, you both can easily find a member of Pergamundus. You can see it's one of the strange, not exactly undead, they seem to be some kind of skeletal soldier that you saw before working with the knights and the mage that you dealt with before. So very neon clothes, the skeleton, rather than it being made of bones, it seems to be made of a neon light. But you can easily find one of them that seems to be on patrol. If you want to follow it, you will have to roll me stealth.
Oh no, I'm not very good.
Yeah.
Could I just Oof.
You can use stealth or deception.
Not good at that either. I am going to give myself the grace of a cat. I'm going to surreptitiously take out my holy symbol and just cat ears, like spectral cat ears, go out of my thing and give myself advantage on dex checks.
Yep.
Yeah. and then I do.
Sorry, so
stealth.
you're now a cat lady in drag? Just clarifying that? Okay,
Cat
cool.
going back.
Carry on.
Um,
Yeah, carry on.
And yeah.
Okay.
You want to do it too?
Yes.
or-
Oh yes.
So the no guidance, that'd be a 17 because it's a straight roll for me.
So I will say you two can track him for about 2 hours before he gets anywhere notable.
Okay.
So in the meantime, I will go back to our other four who have they have been going through Envy first.
Yeah, I was just wondering, would I know how the 7 sins are ordered? Would I be able to kind of intuit where the districts are based on their place on the list?
Because of your background as well, yes, you can with a religion or straight intelligence.
Okay.
Guidance.
Yeah, you can have guidance for this.
How does guidance work? Does it? Is there a certain number of times you can use it a day?
It's
It's a cantrip. You can use it. As long as you have time to cast it, you can use it.
Okay, great. So it's not a waste of. Okay. You said religion or intelligence?
Yes.
Yeah, they're both 0. Okay, just look at your religion.
You add a d4.
Plus a d4.
And only you can do
Plus 3.
because you're the only one that's interacted with this, as it is kind of one of the things that Pergamundus taught.
Yeah.
It's more you're trying to remember. So you can kind of guess where things are. So with that,
Yeah,
you will know
never
where
really paid
pride.
attention in class.
You'll know where pride, wrath, gluttony, and lust is.
Okay,
lust
I wanted
conquers
to
the
go to pride.
Pride is 1, which is between is right next to greed. So
Okay.
it's the opposite way to gluttony and envy.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm kind of hoping to get information out of people who would be boasting about how much they know. Is my is my
Wrong
thinking
with
with pride.
Plan, Fela.
It's very shaky, but it's all I've got.
Going to Pride.
I can't think of a single better plan than this, so it must be great.
Yeah. So if everyone's okay with that, I'm heading to Pride.
Yeah.
Yes.
Hi.
Walking beside King, the drag queen will say, "You desire and do not have, so you murder. You covet and you cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel. You do not have, because you do not ask. You ask and you do not receive, because you ask wrongly. To spend it on your passions. Envy is quite the vice to hold in your heart.
What's
I
going
wonder
on
what else
back
was
there?
here.
Who are you talking to, Levin?
Just out in the air, but standing next to King.
Not Levin, remember? My word.
Sorry, madam.
I'm mistress to you, though. But if you wish, I can be madam.
Alright, am I supposed to call you mistress as well? I thought that was only for Gad.
I'm everyone's mistress, dear.
Alright, mistress, let's get to Pride.
So you start heading towards basically the center of the city because it'll be easier than going through Greed. Just from directions. You manage to start to enter Pride, where you can see this place is surprisingly active. Unlike the other districts where it feels like a lot of showing off, or trying to gain attention, or trying to take from others, or trying to just have. This is probably the only district where everything's a show. Everything is the grandiose. Everything is active, moving. People are showing off their pride in their work. They're showing off pride in what they do. They show pride in absolutely everything they do. Everyone just oozes pride, though, which you can see causes conflicts almost constantly. Not always violent. A lot of the time, the conflicts, like two people could be working, and you can see that they're working to a ridiculous fervor. where they almost seem to be rushing themselves to death. If they work any harder, they are. And then you can see some people that seem to acquiesce to certain things. So, like, you can see they're prideful in their work. So, say they're prideful in their running, and you see two people running. You will see one person would very clearly be prideful and push themselves, push, until they're almost collapsing. The other one would surrender and say, yes, I am proud in what I can do, but would not continue. You can see both that through pride, some people have learnt the lesson of humility, but it's not always, it doesn't always work out that way. Quite a lot of people just seem to be enjoying the pride of whatever they are doing. This whole district is full of, you can feel the pride in everything made to the highest quality possible, because people are showing it off as a part of their pride.
Would King know whether or not things bought, sold, or traded from this place could be taken to the material plane and not disappear?
Give me an Arcana check, please.
Guidance.
With a 21, yes, you know that anything bought here will disappear as soon as it's brought back to the material plane, unless otherwise stated.
The King will keep an eye on as we're moving through that, see if you can find things that won't disappear, where you can get really good deals.
Hey King, are you feeling alright? You're rubbing your head as if in pain.
I don't know what happened
Is
yesterday.
it the crazy fucker who lives in your head?
The what now?
You know, your crazy friend who lives in your eye and came out and was doing crazy things last night.
King
I would have told King everything about the whole interaction I had with this guy.
This would be the first the King hears of it, that he is terrified. Because he actually believes you.
Well, of course you believe me, King. We saw it. Not to worry.
I'm so sorry I haven't figured out what's going on yet, and I think it's all my fault. And I am trying to put an end to it, but I don't know what's going on.
I don't blame you, and I don't think this is your fault. It's just a lot to take in. King is reeling. He is not sure how to handle this. He is dumbstruck, which is new.
Would you like to sit on Dante? Reaches down, plops him in front of him on the saddle. There then, you're alright. You've got your friends to keep you safe no matter what happens. Now let's go and meet some of these proud-looking people, yes?
Still keeping a lookout for anything that could be kept in the material plane that would be actually useful.
So, what kind of prideful person are you looking for, though? Are you looking for people prideful in their work, prideful in their physical aspects? It depends on what you look for.
It would be hard to look for, because I'm looking for people who pride themselves on their knowledge. So I guess I'm looking for people who it's not quite obvious by looking at them what they have to be proud about.
Or the ones bragging about everything, that they know everything.
Yeah. Or how high status they are. Because high status people also know a bunch of stuff. So I guess I'm avoiding all the flashy stalls and everything and just kind of looking for people who don't seem to have anything material to show off.
I might have an idea of something. Can King use his personality traits for this to help her out? By starting to act like he knows everything and challenging others?
You can. This would be, this would either be persuasion or deception. It depends if you are trying to push it. If you really believe this, or if you are just trying to make people believe you.
King believes
That
and
helps.
is confident in his belief that he is intelligent. So yeah, persuasion, I believe.
Then
Yeah!
persuasion.
Yeah,
He's so smart.
I have a
He's
high
the smartest guy I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, a 19, you do get several people that sort of, some people just come and look because it's a new show, street performance, yay. There is some people that do seem genuinely interested in you. A couple of them do look fairly scholarly. They dressed well, but they don't have an overly physical build, so it's someone not absolute pride in their physique. But at the same time, you can tell by just looking at how they hold themselves and how they have how their hands have barely any calluses, like you would be familiar with because you are a craftsman. You can tell that these are not really crafters either. So they most likely are some form of intellectual. It could be magical or it could be mundane. You're not quite sure, but there is 3 of them and they are all very well dressed.
King would be steering the conversation in the direction of knowledge of this place and the things Faelith are looking to find.
Yeah, I'm challenging King. I'm saying like, okay, you may know a lot about. What does King know a lot about? Like, what are the specific things that King would be like showing off his knowledge about?
Arcana and history, most.
Yeah. Okay, so
Yeah,
you may be
what's the
magic
history
and
of
history buff,
fidelity?
but you're new to this whole thing and you don't know anything about religion, and so I bet you wouldn't outwit someone in the knowledge of this place and the knowledge of, I think, you don't know what the binding of fidelity is, do you?
And King would then go with that. Oh, I may not know it, but I can always find out. Besides, everything is magic. I can always learn more. Try to act prideful.
Okay, so when I say the binding of fidelity, when I say the binding of fidelity, I really scan the crowd that's starting to go around, to come around us to see if anyone reacts to that.
King
Okay,
will help.
do me... Yeah, you both can do a perception check, as well as Gad and Levin, as you are both there, if you wish to do it as well.
Okay.
Okay.
King got a little bit too
17.
absorbed in it.
Can I use guidance on that?
No,
Okay.
it's a bit too short, and you'll be doing
Yeah.
it. It does take. You have to actually say it and cast it. So wow, 11.
Okay.
So he notices the well-dressed, scholarly types.
Oh yeah, you recognize that at least one of these 3 scholarly types definitely has a, not exactly a tick, like a nervous tick, but he has a reaction. Faelith, you think 2 of them do, but you're not quite sure if that's a nervous tick or if it's just like a twitch.
It's that
Okay.
anime thing where if some character knows, they have that smug smile and they push up their glasses. And anyway.
Oh.
So the mistress recognizes someone that most likely definitely knows something about that as he reacts immediately. And Faelith, you see some people react, but you're not quite sure if that's just a natural like twitch or if it is someone, that person might know something. Like a tell, that's the word.
Okay. Levin, do you let me know that you've definitely noticed this, or?
Stepping in towards the dwarf in a heated argument. You say you could learn more, short little man. Yet you said you already have read all the books in all the libraries of the world.
In the
Your
world.
statements are counterfactual, and I dare say that you're not as learned as you'd like to appear.
Yeah.
And not just a bit like with his hand at the man in the dress that seemed to know something, sort of like
Yeah. So I'm
indicating
keeping
he's
an
important.
So
keeping an eye on the 2 people that I noticed. I just say like maybe things like maybe some things aren't consigned into books. I'm sure some of the more recent events haven't had time to be written down. The binding of fidelity seems more like an urban legend than like historical facts to me, and I keep watching those two people see who reacts more.
One of them does react to all this provocation. It's a Veldaki.
Okay.
If I've said that word right. And he steps forward. He's like, I've heard of this event you speak of. Though, I would recommend not doing it here, as there is ears everywhere, and eyes as well. Vadelkin, that's the word.
Hard blue man.
Well, I always want to learn more about the things that intrigue me, but I haven't been able to find anyone so far who could tell me anything worthwhile about this. So, if you are capable of telling me anything, then I would be delighted to hear the story. But so far I haven't had any luck, so most people don't seem that capable.
King pipes
Not
in
many
and
people
says,
are.
King would pipe in and say, if it's not supposed to talk about it here, then let's find some place where we can discuss this and see who knows the most. Slightly provocating him.
You see his eyebrow quirk slightly like that. If you want... How should I take you there? Well, I can certainly offer you the information you seek. And I do admit, this would be a good opportunity. Very well. Come with me, as I will take you somewhere private.
King follows, but he would like to roll an insight check on everything he just said about this would be a good opportunity specifically.
He also says, leave the horse outside when we arrive, please.
What? I'll have you know, this is my emotional support horse. He goes with me everywhere.
And I'd like you know that this is my home, so... no.
Well,
Do you
fine,
take
I'll
a
wait
horse?
outside.
Do you take a horse with a carpet? I like my carpets.
Well, my horse likes carpets too, don't you, Dante?
Where else do you pee on?
Exactly. You're not here.
It's a horse litter.
I'm sure this man is very proud of his carpet. Let's try to respect him.
I'm proud of my horse, Phaleth, and he's disrespecting him. How dare you? I'll be right here.
If this man is looking to show off his carpets, maybe he would like to show off his draperies match.
Wow.
Wrong district. Never mind. He's just carries on leading you away. As you get taken to... yeah, pretty much. He says beneath him.
Just stops and then keeps walking.
Yeah, you do see that brief moment of him. He pauses in his steps, but carries on.
Perfect.
As you will be taken away for about half an hour. So, in the meantime, I will go back to our other two, who have currently been taken on quite the journey. Going through envy, you went through gluttony, where you saw people of all sizes, some that looked like they were starving, some that looked like they were perfectly healthy, like they were able to resist some kind of temptation, which as you walk through you do feel kind of a compulsion to go sit and enjoy a meal. But because it's not so much that it forces a check, it's just this niggling little feeling in the back of your mind saying, go on, go sit. It even affects Pronghorn, who can't eat. And as you go a bit further through the city, you do see some people that you can see have succumbed to this gluttony and have become rather large and rotund, to the point where they can't walk.
No.
Please tell me they don't eat each other and other people.
No, they don't.
Aww.
Makes me glad I don't have any fat.
The weird thing about this guard is he avoids wrath entirely. He goes back to the center and seems to skip it and go straight to pride.
Cool.
You can see wrath itself. The issue with wrath is the entire place seems kind of destitute. The entire place is full of violence.
Mm-hmm.
You can see all kinds of violence, all kinds of what you assume would technically be gang warfare, but there's battles between everything. You can see two chefs cooking and trying to make a better meal. You can see musicians making a cacophony of noise trying to outplay each other. You can see just straight up fistfights. You can see wars between gangs where it's literally just going at each other like a brawl, but then you can see other people that have seemed to have grasped something and seems to be more like as you would imagine a tactician would act in a war, who seems to be more like leaders. As you go past Sloth, you see people everywhere just laying there not moving. You can see some people that are fighting against it and seem to be trying to do things, but majority of people, wherever they lay down, they don't seem to get back up. They seem comfortable, but they just don't want to move on. And as you enter Pride, you see him head towards a ornate building that seems to have several what looks like lions at the front, but the lions are all different colours. There is 6 in total. And he seems to go past 2 other guards that are also the similar Pergamundus colours and the skeletal figure. The doors open and then shut behind him as you are not close enough to see because he has to go up several stairs. So if you go up them stairs, you will be spotted immediately, but you can only see people who are dressed like Pergamundus seem to be entering it.
Cool.
I think we found the base of operations.
Oh, we found something. Now we just have to look for where our friends are.
Oh
Hey,
yeah.
about you, Veracity? Could you?
Yeah, it's within 100 feet of us.
Not right now, no. They are.
So
you
wait, you
are-
can find your master of Veracity. Isn't there some sort of animal?
animal tracking.
I'm sorry, I can't feel her right now.
Well,
Wow,
rip.
talks. Neat.
She hasn't in a while, but she does.
Yeah.
We will go
Awkward
to-
having conversations with myself.
We will go to the other group. So, Gad, you've been left outside this fancy one-story house that seems to be placed in a very well ornated garden. But the grass is blue, the trees are a mixture of greens and pinks. Everything is a bit bright coloured, of course. Everything here is.
Levin is also there with.
Levin staying out
Gad.
with you?
Yeah.
Okay, so you two are outside as Baelith and King, you are taken inside through several doors to a private room that seems to have a table in the middle. Let me just move us over to this map.
What did King get on his inside check? I don't know if I...
His
Okay.
insight, he is being completely honest as far as you can tell. So he sits down at this table and gestures to sit as well. He
Okay.
has a
He
jug of
wants
water
to
in the middle of the
check.
table.
He wants to make a check to see if anything is trapped.
Yeah, go for it. Do a perception or investigation, please.
Investigation would take longer and perception would
Mhm.
be quicker, right?
Yep.
In that case, perception. It's fine.
Yeah, it's fine. Everything's fine with that one. So you sit down. There is a jug of water. He does pour himself a glass of water first and takes a sip and goes, So, you want to know more about that incident?
I am quite intrigued to see that you do not want anyone to overhear us. What could be so pernicious about something like this?
Well, this information is sensitive to Pergamundus, the newcomers.
You
What
are
is
not
the-
Pergamundus.
No, I've been here in and out of this world for several years. I think nearly a decade now. Why do you ask?
Well, I've had some. We've been brought in from the outside. We don't really know why, but I can't say that I trust those Pergamundus people much. I don't know how you feel about them, but
I feel absolute horror, detest, and loathing for them.
do you not worship the same god?
Yes, but not since what they did to it. That is the instant you are asking about. That is why we must do it somewhere private.
They did something to your god?
Yes, and we can't do anything about them because we don't fully exist in your reality. We are not part of your plane of existence. That's why you don't see many of us, I assume, in your world.
I ever seen a Vidalcan outside of this plane?
No. The only person that will have would be King. He will have seen one or two at best.
Okay, by the way, are Gad and Levin just staying outside?
Yeah, dancing and playing music.
Okay.
So they wouldn't let Dante go in, so Gad refused.
Okay. Well, you seem to be coexisting pretty well with them as far as I've seen.
That's because the masses are idiots.
Yeah.
They don't know the change.
So what happened? And who is Fidelity?
Fidelity is someone they bound to our god.
What?
Our god never even went to your plane of existence.
Oh.
They bound a girl to your god? How does that even work?
I don't know the full details, but our god has been chained and bound to them so that they can control it to some extent.
Arcana check. Please let me make an Arcana check to see if can figure out how in the hell that would even be possible.
You can try, yes. It'll be very difficult.
Can I do a history check, even though that's a bad stat for me, just to see if if my history with Pergamundus would
Plus 5.
do that? Okay, no, I don't need it.
Plus 5.
So
That's 36.
Yeah, so 36. There is a way of doing it. It's expensive. It requires a very powerful being magically. And it does require a somewhat willing subject to be bound. It's difficult depending on the power of the god in the plane it's in. Most gods are in their own plane of existence, in their own domain.
Yeah.
So they tend to to do it to them, you would need several high-level wizards or several very powerful beings, or even to the point where it could be demons, fiends, celestial. It could be anyone that could do it as long as they're powerful enough. It does take a lot to do it. And how would I describe it best without just saying this is exactly what it is and how it works? Because I shouldn't give away everything.
You can do that.
With a
36.
36.
Yeah, it's more that's to know how the spell's done. It's more putting two and two together, which I'll let you have it because it's been mentioned before. You assume most gods you can't do this to at any level because they're just too powerful. You could do it to a demigod, but not a full-fledged god, even a lesser god, which you assume this god is. The problem with this god, though, is you heard that it's the god of duality. It exists in multiple planes of existence, so wherever there is a prime material plane that it would exist in, it would also exist in another plane, splitting its power. So if it lives in the Feywilds, it would also be in the Shadowfell. It exists always in at least two planes at once, splitting its power with every plane it exists in.
Which could be the reason why it's even possible to bind to it.
Yes, as long as it was found. But if you have a powerful enough being to even cast the spell, they most likely could find such a god.
You said willing? It needs to be a willing. Well, I don't know that, but out of character.
It has to be out of character. What King knows is it's somewhat willing. It doesn't matter. They have the ritual requires them to say the words of the cantation to be bound.
But can
So
it
that's
be
why
done in a way that you use, for example, suggestion?
Yes, that's why I said somewhat willing.
Good for clarification.
So if you have any other questions, this is the time to ask about it.
What would happen to the person who gets bound? Would their soul
Depends.
would their soul just be destroyed? Would their mind be destroyed? Would they even be capable of surviving, literally having a god tied to them, inside of them? More details on that.
You can assume, because this deity is power so weak because it's split so far, that it won't kill the host and it won't overwhelm the host, which would be an issue with an even lesser god, because of how weak this god is individually. Its main power is existence of multiple planes of the opposites. So you would assume someone that is bound to it would have some sway or power to manipulate it. It wouldn't outright destroy the person being bound either, because that person would have to be in several realms at once as well, which would of course make some issues with their mental ability.
Yeah, but that explains the previous statement of she is in two different places, the material plane and the ethereal plane. Would these two qualify for her to then be the one bound to it?
Yes, as long as she isn't split among more realms. You assume that in this situation, if she was split amongst every single realm, there would have to be a part of her in every single realm. So depending on how many realms she's split, depends on how split she is.
Yeah. Lastly, how bad can we expect this? The repercussions for her mental well-being for all of this be? How bad?
Depends on the god.
The god of duality?
Depends on the... That's the thing, you don't know much about the god of duality. So you don't know the personality of the god of duality. So it all depends. If it was... if it was a god of, like, the Shadowfell, and you put a good aligned person with it, that would absolutely destroy the good aligned person.
Yeah. Can I make a religion check to see everything I can remember about this god and maybe figure some out? Guidance.
Wait, I never heard of this god being referenced as the god of duality in my sort of religious studies with Pergamundus, did I? It was just the cleansing light.
Yes.
Okay.
So with 19, you know this god is most likely a neutral god for it to exist in multiple places at once, all the different realms. But it seems a bit more complicated than that for this thing. Yes, if you look at it from just, say, a point view, it would just be neutral.
Yeah.
But from what you can gather, most likely it depends on what realm it's in, depends on what alignment it is, but whatever alignment it is, it will have an opposite somewhere else.
So, Celestial Realm would be good, the Hells would be evil, chaotic,
Yes.
awful. What would the Ethereal Plane be?
The ethereal plane would be the opposite of the material plane, which the material plane is neutral. So it's neutral as well. So as long as she's only in these two planes, she would, and the character is any alignment, they could still hopefully exist as long as they haven't been there, I guess, too long, you could say. It depends on, like, a few things you're not sure because, like, you don't know how to judge the power of a god.
Yeah. King would ask, how long if this Vidalcan knows how long ago they showed up and even got bound with a god, if he knows the timeline.
He would respond, well, my name is Jason, first. Let me think. The first one I heard about from the Pergamundus rabble would be the weird one with the backward hands. He appeared 3 years ago, I believe.
Is he still there?
I haven't seen him since. He had turned up and explored, I think, for the first month.
Aye, but the actual binding, do you know if it was 1 year, 2 years, 3?
The binding will have been since the first time, so 2 years, 9 months. I'm not sure on the day though, sadly.
This is probably the last question unless Phaelus pipes up with something.
Yeah, that's 2 years, 9 months. That happened sometime between the last time I saw Ea and when I escaped. Is that correct?
Yes.
And
Okay.
That 2 years, 9 months. Can King even get a rough estimate of how if that is long enough for to actually have done irreparable damage to Phaelus' sister?
You're not sure just because you don't know the power of the god.
Yeah. Aye. So what do you
Okay.
say?
Your voice got really quiet there. I don't know if you said anything.
I just asked, what do you think, Faye? Anything else?
Oh,
you wanna know?
okay.
More questions about
Well-
the ritual?
Yeah, she's at this point she's just fidgety, her head spinning, just trying to keep her composure, and she just asks why? Why would anyone do that to a god? Why would anyone do that? What's the point?
I don't know on their individual motives, but I would do it for power.
No. It's not the first
Would
time
you not want the
Oh, go
Would
ahead.
you not want the power of a god?
That binding this girl to a god, that means they could control it, they could use it.
Manipulate it at best, but yes.
Influence it.
What would she have to do in that?
Well, if they're controlling through her, they just have to have some kind of power of charm or suggestion over. You know, enchantment. It tends to be quite an evil school of magic.
I know of some of these spells. They can be used to make someone willing to do something that is not obviously harmful to them.
Would that mean they would be able to see into her mind? To be able to control the god?
No, unless they use something like detect thought or something.
Okay.
Which, if they used that when they were bound, they could detect the god's thoughts, though I wouldn't recommend it, unless you're a powerful being, which I guess you'd have to be to cast the spell.
Okay. Still trying to not seem too emotionally invested in it, which is she's probably failing at. She's gonna ask, so this god and this girl should both be on the ethereal plane at this moment?
As well as material plane.
I assume at least part of it will be here. And part of it will be in the material, since you people are from the Pergamundus people who they can't leave as well. That's the most infuriating thing. I have to leave every so often.
One thing.
You have
Yes, of course.
I have-
Everyone that
Oh, go ahead.
everyone has to leave at some point. Apart from the Pergamundus people, they just seem to stay. We have to go after so long because we have to take care of our bodies.
Oh, and their bodies seem to be able to be sustained some other way.
I don't know, honestly. If it was myself, I guess you can command the body to do things. Most of us who worship this god, we have like isolation chambers where our bodies are kept, maintained by magic, and looked after. Because when you leave your body can still act and follow orders and simple things. Almost like a zombie, but more living. I guess the Pergamundus people must have the same, or someone has a labor force of a few thousand at least.
Yeah, that would be very useful. Just bodies you can do whatever you want with when the mind is not there.
And it's intimidating, but we can't do the same. I'd rather stay here where all my cool stuff is.
Can't understand that.
Do you know where this girl would be?
No.
Well, that was a fascinating story. Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know if... I mean, you probably looked into this since it is an atrocity to you. How to undo this?
King has been
This is-
pondering this entire time. With that high Arcana check, would it be possible for King to even have the faintest idea how to undo such a spell to save Faye's sister?
The only methods theorized, because this is all arcane theory,
Yeah.
there is a few. The god could force it out if the person that cast the spell is no more, because the person that cast the spell is effectively a concentration spell without the checks. It's just constantly there as long as they're alive, because it's bound to the caster.
So,
Mhm.
with that, a very quick question. If we were to, for example, say kill Faye's sister and then use a resurrection spell, would that be possible to force the god out, revive her, and she would be free?
That would, in theory-wise, that would not work, because how this god works. Because it's in multiple planes, there must be part of her here. So either she's already in pieces, or a part of her was taken that the body can remain in another realm, or reality.
What would happen if
It's a
we were
good
to
thing
send...
King didn't say this out loud.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, but would it be possible to cast the banishment spell on Faye's sister here in the ethereal plane to send her ethereal part back to her body so that she would not be in two planes anymore, and would that kick the god out since she's no longer in a duality?
If you could find the part of her, if you tried to banish her, you would also be trying to banish the god, because they work as one thing.
Would it be possible?
It would, and it's stupidly difficult.
Alright. At least one option open.
I will call a break here, just because at this point I will go to Beric and Pronghorn for the next scene, but I don't know how long that will take, so this will be a break.
Alright.
So, see you all at 17.
Okay.
We'll stop the recording and